So I don't have my shit together. That's something I've learned to say. It's very hard to say that. Like, I don't have it together. I'm not perfect. What? Right? So in 2018, I was sitting at a table, a conference room more specifically, in a very corporate space with community leaders and very influential people and advocates of me and my career in politics. And we were talking about what office should I run for next, because that seemed like a great idea. Never mind the fact that I was the youngest woman ever elected to local city council. I had a baby while serving on council, because I had to prove that point too. And then I decided that the thing that would make me happier, the thing that would actually make it better, was a higher office. That's what would make me happy. That's what would fill the hole inside of me that I could never fill. That's what would make me better if I just kept having the next success. Which turns out that's actually not true at all. And, when you keep going and going and going after success, what you find is you inevitably are going to meet much more failure than you are success. And when you have such high expectations of yourself, such high expectations of what you should accomplish, you're never going to be able to do that. I could have been president of the moon, and I still don't think it would have been enough to fill the space that I was trying to fill inside of me. And what I've learned through my own journey was my need to prove to be perfect. My need to succeed was driven by an overwhelming trauma response. I grew up with a mom who expected me to be perfect in everything, and I was the student body president and captain of the golf team and captain of the debate team, and I don't even know what else but all of it. And I got into the greatest universities, and I did all of the things, and it was still not enough for her. It was never enough. And so I just kept pushing and pushing till I hit my own breaking point. And I remember my husband looking at me one night when I finally said, enough. I cannot do this any longer. And he said, is this really how you want to live? This cycle of success and then filling your lack of success or failures with alcohol or prescription drugs. P.S. Don't ever take benzos. They're a really bad idea. But for real, is that the mother I wanted to be for my children? Is that the person I wanted to be for my community? No, it wasn't. And so I said I needed help. And we don't do that enough. I just had this conversation with my third grader yesterday. Like, I know, Frankie, it's hard when people want to help you and you're like, no, I can do it. But the truth of the matter is we can't do it alone, and we need people to help us. And so when I asked for help, I did, what a good person with a drinking problem and a success problem does. I went to rehab, and I remember being there and thinking, my life is over. I was an elected official. If anyone knew that I was at rehab, that would be it. I'd be over. My career would be done. The truth of the matter is, that was when my life started. The best part of my life. That was when I truly learned what success meant. And success was doing things for myself first. Building a life and curating my own joy, taking a journey to finding the fantastic joy. And I meant to grab my book and bring it up here with me, and I didn't because it's over there now. Good. Oh wait, hold on. Because wait, I don't have my shit together. There we go. So then I did this thing. I wrote a book. I told my story, and It was scary to put all the things I just told you and much, much more out there into the world as a former elected official. And when I was in rehab, you know, quitting drinking was one of the things I needed to do, but the thing I needed to do most was write the press release to withdraw from my re-election from City Council. That was the true problem. That was the cycle. I'm fine not drinking anymore. I don't need a drink, but let me tell you, I think about running for higher office often. I'll be driving down the road and building the campaign, and I'm like, what the? Like, that's the thing that sucks me in. That's the thing that fuels this addiction to prove something over and over again that I don't have to prove, and you don't have to prove, because we are just human. We are who we are. And that's something we should all celebrate. And celebrate those stories. Part of me telling that story, and tonight we're here to talk about mental health, is to say people from all walks of life have challenges. People who you see sitting on a dais on a Tuesday night making major decisions for a community are struggling too personally. And it's okay, because we can do it together as communities, as people, as humans. And so, I wrote this book, Finding Fantastic Joy, because what I wanted to share is my journey and tell people that you can build a self-advocacy campaign for yourself. You can do these things. Do the hard research. Know the trauma. Change that message. You're not a bad person. You don't have to be perfect. You're not a failure. You're great. You do great things, and you can be happy. Find your priorities. Mine are my kids, first and foremost. Last Tuesday night, I actually had to go to City Council for a minute. It was traumatic. And I came home, and my daughter was a little upset at me, and she said, "You picked City Council over me." And I said, "Maybe just for 1 hour, but I picked you over all of it, because you are my priority." So know your priorities. Fill your bank, like fill the quarters, you know, but you. For me, it's spirituality and travel and a mix of the both. And I travel the world. I love it. That's all I love to do. I work so I can travel now. Build your advocacy network. Know who your friends are. Know who are the people in your corner. And then be your own campaign manager. Advocate for yourself. Because nobody's going to do it better than you if you're standing up there being your own campaign manager. And so, my journey of this crazy realization that success is not the be-all and end-all, and success looks different to everyone, but the drive to be perfect and to prove something is never going to accomplish anything. And the reality is, we are all on this journey. For me, it's a journey to find fantastic joy. And that doesn't mean that I'm happy and joyful all the time, although I am a lot more than I was before, let me tell you. But it means that I'm content. I don't sit in this deep space of darkness that I used to sit in. I sit in a place of contentment and love for myself, and the fact that who I am, showing up, doing the best I can, whether as a mom or in the community, is all I got. Thanks.